people had to, you notice some of the old houses right down on the ground. People weren't scared of the water. They're scared of the wind.
Yeah.
And they got a wrecking coming into them on the beach.
Oh, they built low to keep out of the wind.
Keep out of the water. Yeah, out of the wind.
And then when the water rose up, they would just let it in.
Well, what we had, you may not believe this, but it's true. You may not never hear it again. My father drilled holes in the corners of the floors and all the way around, put wooden stoppers down below the floor. Well, the old house had no bracing, no nothing. There's a big oak tree under on this corner, right over here, sit right by where you sat.
Right.
And he drilled a hole with a handbrake into it. They cut it off with a cross-cut saw, cut it off. And then he drilled holes in it. And about a half a mile up here, up this road, there's a fellow up there by the name of George Wood. He's an old carpenter, built boat. And everybody had a garden. They go out and take the hoe and heel over potatoes out, pull them over after the wind blowed them down.
Right.
And he drilled a hole with a hand brace, take a Merkle stick, about that big around, and he cut a trench in it, about that long, cut a trench, and poured black powder in that hole where he drilled it, gun shells, powder out, every kind. And he dumped it down in there, and then he'd pack it. And then he put a wick in that trench where he cut it, take a hammer and drive that thing down inside that.
Yeah.
And then when he'd do it, he'd set that off, kerosene, wick. He'd set it far and back off. See what it did. 2 or 3 of them.
Why would he do that?
Tried to blow that stuff up.
Oh.
Tried to blow it up, get it out of the wood.
Yeah.
So he got tired of it. This is the story on it.
Right.
He got tired of doing it. And one day he set it off. He'd do it 3 or 4 times trying to get it. And oak, you don't bust the oak. You don't tie that tree down that good. Got a tap root that runs straight down through the water. And you can't tie it up. I seen it stand like back there on the end. Places where they had to come out. I took no tree out. I made my business make sure. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
And the man up here in the garden, he'll his potatoes up. When he set that off, that thing went in the air like a missile and struck right to his feet. And he brought it here and gave it to my daddy, where he sharpened it with his knife and everything, cut the trench in it.
Gosh.
And he got tired fooling with it, and finally he took the cross-cut saw and cut it off the height he wanted, and set the sill of the house I was born in on it. He set that for many years. And then when I tore the house down, it was 90-year-old. Can you imagine the carpenter work 90 years ago? They didn't have the lumber, beaded ceiling in the rooms, on the wall. That's all they could get.
Yeah.
You seen what I'm talking about, beaded ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
That beadboard stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where I tore some out to look, see what was behind it, 30, 40 inches before there's anything. Just a thin board drove in there just to support the beams upright.
Right.
And I tried to tack down. I had one awfully time. Me and my wife, we never had a bathroom.
Yeah, an outhouse.
Back then, people had out on the back porch a big old pan, waste pan,
Oh, right.
and they had a pan hanging on a nail, and had a pitcher pump, and we had gutters on the roof. We called gutters in the cistern, and the cistern had screen wire on the top and the outlet, so the air could circulate.
Right.
The water didn't get stagnated, and if you drink it, you could pump it right in the kitchen sink. We had no electric, and we had a pitcher pump like in the sink. You pump the water
Oh, I gotcha.
in there. And then one year I got it in my head. I wasn't too old, maybe 20, 21. I left the island and was going 3.5 years. I got it in the head that I was going to rig me up a bathroom. No hot water heater, no electric. Lamp light of the night. Wick, kerosene wick light. If you had a mantle lamp, which is a regular gas light, that's white gas, you burnt it. You're wealthy.
Oh, is that right?
Man, and believe it or not, what I'm going to tell you, outdoor Johnny house, if you had a 2-seater, you were wealthy. you were wealthy.